welcome to my first video of 2024, and well, my first video of the channel. I thought, like any good runner, YouTuber, human being, that with it being the new year, I should do the obligatory goals video. So here we go. Intro. Ba, 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 ba. Well, I know most YouTubers start off with who they are, and this being the first video, that would make sense. But I figured if I gave you all the saucy details right away, well, you may never return. And who doesn't love a bit of mystery? However, let's get a few minor details out of the way, as they are related to my goals. And that's what this video is about. First, I'm Tyson. I also go by T, Ty, Cue Ball, Hey You, and in my younger, more athletic days, Mr. Clean. I don't know why. Basic facts you should know. I'm 43, or as I like to tell my wife, officially over the hill. And as of my last weigh-in, I'm 193 pounds, which is pretty good and I'm pretty proud about. And with that, I'll dive into the first goal. Back in November, I was already running, but I wasn't watching what I eat. The adage of you can't outrun a bad diet, I tested that saying, and it turned out the all-you-can-eat donuts whenever you get the craving, no matter how far you run, wasn't working. And yes, I do love donuts, but we'll come back to that. As I was saying, back in November, despite the attempting to be a runner, I was tipping the scales at 211 pounds. I started watching what I eat at the beginning of that month, and well, here I am. But my goal is to hopefully be a slim 175. Why 175, you ask? Well, no real reason besides back in my mid-30s, I was about 178, and I thought I looked pretty good then. So I'm hoping to hit this goal by about June 1st. So maybe it's a half-year goal, but it's still a goal for the year. June 1st is another important date. That is the date that I am running my first ever marathon, which is goal 2. And yes, you heard that right, a marathon. In case you were wondering, yes, while I hope to show off a below average runner attempting to become average, I am not a fresh off the couch runner. I've been running slowly and working on my running since last February, so almost a year. And I'll talk about that journey in another video. However, I am at a place where I think most people can get to with a plan. So I have 2 goals for this marathon, or 2 goals for goal 2. My first goal is I would like to finish, which is simple enough. It's first marathon, makes sense. My second goal, or my stretch goal as I would like to call it, is I would like to finish in under 5 hours, which for those that have never run a marathon may sound pretty quick, but I promise it's not. And my last goal is to, well, honestly, not die. I think that was pretty straightforward. There's no need to dive into any analytics about it. But yeah, it turns out 3 goals. Now, with that out of the way, there are, of course, challenges to these goals. If they were easy or there are no obstacles to overcome, then they'd be pretty lousy goals. So let's be honest, we need some obstacles. My first obstacle is, well, food. I have a bad relationship with food. I like it a lot. I have a hard time not finishing a meal, and honestly, it feels like a moral obligation to eat everything that was prepared for me. I'm also prone to binge eating. This is obviously a challenge to my weight loss goal, but it can also challenge my running, as higher weight is harder to run with. I plan to combat this with purchasing fewer unhealthy foods in the house and trying to keep portion sizes down. I'm also using an app called Lose It. I'm not a sponsor. How could I be? This is my first video. If you want to sponsor me, Lose It, reach out. I am using the app to track my calories and macros. I think that's what they call them, macros. I am just following an eat fewer calories than I burn diet, or I guess the official diet name is calorie deficit. I don't keep up on trends. So if it has some new name like Pluto should still be a planet diet or something like that, well, let me know in the comments. And for the record, tangent, Pluto should not be a planet. This is a disagreement me and my wife have. It hasn't led to divorce yet, but subscribe and stay tuned. Who knows what it'll come to down the road. As for the marathon, Well, time or training time is a challenge for the marathon. 5 hours is a challenge too, but training time is a challenge. Training to run 26 miles in a timely manner and not die, which if you remember is goal 3, takes quite a bit of time. And time is a big challenge. I work 40 hours. I travel for my job sometimes, which adds to that. I play dad and evil stepdad to 5 children. And for some crazy reason, I decided to go back to school and get a degree that I can hopefully proudly post on the wall somewhere that says I studied and read a lot of books on some subject or another, and I might even remember what I read. As for the third goal, the not dying, my hope is if I can accomplish goal 1, which is lose weight, goal 2, be able to run a marathon, goal 3 will be achieved as well. According to what I Googled back when I was younger, something about reducing the odds of health-related issues, doing goal 1 and 2 should lead to better goal 3. But with that all out of the way, for my first video, it's time for me to quit yammering on and get on with this. Thank you all for watching. I know every YouTuber says this, but at least from what I've gathered from, well, honestly, every other YouTuber, it really does help. So please like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, share with your mother, post to your social media, but most important of all, stay safe and keep pushing.